Every theory sounds insane until you realize all 5 victims vanished the exact same way. Last time, we looked at 3 strange disappearances that all happened inside the same patch of wilderness in Vermont. A mysterious zone known as the Bennington Triangle. A 74-year-old hunter, a college student in a red coat, a war veteran who vanished from a moving bus. Not one of them was ever found. No footprints, no evidence, nothing. But the story doesn't end there, because in 1950, 2 more people vanished. And in one of those cases, a body was finally discovered. But the way it was found only made things weirder. Let's start with the case of Paul Jepson. He was just 8 years old. It was October 12th, 1950, and Paul was with his mother near a local dump where she worked. She left him in her truck for a few minutes while she went to tend to some pigs. It wasn't unusual. Paul was a curious kid, but he knew to stay put. But when she came back, he was gone. No sound, no sign, just vanished. Immediately, a search was launched. People combed the area on foot and on horseback. They brought in dogs. The weird part: the bloodhound picked up Paul's scent, but only up to a certain point, right near the same trail where Paula Welden had disappeared 4 years earlier. And then, nothing. The trail just stopped. It's like he walked into thin air. The terrain around that area is rough. Thick woods, uneven ground, places a small kid could get lost in easily. But even so, something about this case felt different. Office. His scent didn't lead into a ravine or up a trail. It just ended. And once again, no body was found. No clothing, no clues. Just like Middie Rivers. Just like Paula. Just like Tedford. But the triangle wasn't done. Only 2 weeks after Paul vanished, another disappearance rocked the region. This time, a 53-year-old woman named Frida Langer. Unlike the others, Frida was no stranger to the area. She knew the mountains. She hiked them regularly with her husband and family. On October 28, 1950, Frida was out on a hike with her cousin near the Somerset Reservoir. At one point, she slipped and fell into a stream. Nothing major, just wet clothes. She told her cousin she was heading back to camp to change and would catch up later. But she never made it. And this is where things get especially strange. The distance from the stream to the campsite was short, not even a full mile. Her husband was at the camp waiting, but she never arrived, and just like that, she was gone. Again, search teams came in full force. This time, even the U.S. Army joined. Planes flew overhead. Divers searched the reservoir. They brought in dogs again. For weeks, they searched, and once again, nothing, no tracks, no torn clothes, no broken brush, nothing to show she'd even walked back. But unlike the others, Frida's story didn't end there. 7 months later, in May of 1951, Frida's body was finally discovered. But the discovery raised more questions than it answered. Her remains were found in an open area near Somerset Reservoir, a place that had already been searched multiple times. So how did she get there? Her body was too badly decomposed to determine a cause of death, but authorities were baffled. Some believed her body had been moved, either by someone or something. Others suspected foul play, but if that were the case, why was there no evidence, no signs of trauma, no clothing disturbance? It didn't add up. And with that, the final disappearance tied to the Bennington Triangle had ended. 5 people, all gone in just 5 years. 4 never found, 1 returned under mysterious conditions. Now here's where the theories come in. Because if you talk to locals, historians, or even amateur internet sleuths, you'll hear a lot of possibilities, some logical, some not so much. One of the more grounded theories is that there might have been a serial killer operating in the area during that window of time. Someone who knew the woods, someone who could move undetected and dispose of victims without a trace. The problem is, there's no solid evidence of that. No suspects, no patterns in victim type. The ages ranged from 8 to 74, both men and women. That's pretty rare for a single killer. Then there's the paranormal angle, the one that gives the triangle its name. People have long speculated that the region is a hot spot for strange activity. Some believe there's a dimensional rift in the area, a kind of portal where people can slip between realities. Others think it's tied to UFO activity. After all, strange lights have been reported in the skies above Glastenbury Mountain for decades. Flickering orbs, metallic humming sounds, even shadowy figures watching from the woods. Then you've got the Native American legends. According to local folklore, the mountain was a cursed place, home to a creature or spirit that could lure people into the forest and trap them. One tale tells of a stone that swallows you whole, a spot in the woods where if you step, you're simply never seen again. Now, you might be thinking, that all sounds far-fetched. But after 5 disappearances in such a small area, with no bodies and no real answers, can you really blame people for wondering? There's also the theory of natural causes, people getting lost, falling, hypothermia, wild animals, and sure, those are possibilities. The Vermont wilderness can be unforgiving. But the sheer lack of evidence is what makes these cases so unusual. No signs of injury, no blood, no clothing torn by animals or terrain. And how does someone disappear off a bus? No theory explains all 5 cases. And that's what keeps the Bennington Triangle alive in the minds of so many. It's not just one unsolved mystery, it's 5, stacked on top of each other, all in one place, all within a short time span. After 1950, the disappearances stopped. No major cases since, and maybe that's just coincidence. Or maybe whatever was there left, or went dormant. To this day, people still hike Glastenbury Mountain. Some do it out of curiosity, others out of defiance. A few go looking for answers, most return. But every now and then someone hears a strange sound, or loses their way for just a little too long, or catches something out of the corner of their eye, something that shouldn't be there, and they remember that for 5 years, something in those woods was taking people, quietly, without a trace, and whatever it was, we never found it.